Hey, this is Joe and Tom from Drunk Under the Sun.
Another funky funk drunk episode coming to you courtesy of Drunk Under the Sun. And then your life's work could have been ahead of you. Tom and Joe from Drunk Under the Sun.
Join us every week on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Spotify.
Yeah. Podcast that's about anything and everything under the sun.
Check it out.
Joe's drunk.
Yeah, we both are fucking drunk.
Stop it. Because what it is I had some extra money and I was like, I'm gonna fix up my car. I need some new brakes. And I hear like doing that shit. And I'm like, I need some new brakes. I've changed my brake pads in the past. I can do this. I really should get rotors. I got the money for that. Let me get all, because I got four. I got all-wheel drive, so I get 4 fucking sets of pads.
At least you got discs in the back though, then, right?
No, I have pads.
Oh no, the rotors. So you have. Never mind.
Anyways, yeah, I have rotors. Yeah,
so they're all disc brakes and not drum.
Yes, not drum brakes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Right. Exactly. You're 100% right. Anyways, so I go in the first day I did it, and I was sober. I was like, I can do this clear in mind, so I'll fuck my car up. So I jacked it up. One, it was a pain in the ass jacking up, because when you jacked it up, my frame started crumbling like,
oh shit.
I'm like, fuck. So I got it up, and luckily I was able to get it the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But the kicker before that happened was, I was fucking loosening it up. And usually when it's tight, real tight, I'll just kick it a little bit and do that. And I had to do that on like fucking 3 of the 5 lug nuts.
Yeah.
Well, on one of the lug nuts, I wouldn't budge. I'm like, come on, motherfucker, come on! And it wouldn't budge. So I was like, fuck it. I kicked it. And then my tire iron was like, ping! And flipped over, right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Well, I mean, it was nothing, because that's happened before. Yeah. It falls off, you know what I mean? Yeah. But then I looked and saw that where you spin the lug nuts, I don't know what that's called.
Yeah.
Was gone.
Oh, shit.
So when I kicked it, it kicked my lug nut with the stem completely off. I was like, motherfucker! I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because I couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
So it was a bitch trying to, and it was a bitch trying to get up. So I'm like, trying to get all of them, because they were all like real tight and super tight. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, fuck it. Let me fuck with my brakes, right? So I kept jacking it up, and again, like I said, it was crumbling. Like,
yeah.
Finally got it to where I could get the fucking tire off. Took the fucking thing off, and my brakes were like fucking this thin. They're tight as fuck. So I ended up putting the new brakes in.
Yeah.
And I got it on, and I couldn't line it up right, the caliper. Couldn't get the caliper lined up properly. I'm like, what the fuck? So then eventually I got it, and I could get it, but they just kept spinning. Kept spinning. I'm like, what the fuck is happening, right? Like, why can I get this? So I get mad at situations like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker! So I hit my car. I'm like, back that car! Back that shit! Because I couldn't get it on. Because, dude, I spent on one brake pad an hour and a half to 2 hours. I was like, what the? It's never taken me long before. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it was a Sunday. And and then I started like, God damn it. And then my head said, you know, it's the Lord's Day, Tom. And I swear to God, I do this. I'm turning it. I'm like, fuck the Lord's Day. And I can't get this in. So then I finally say fuck it, and I get it like tight to where I can, as tight as I can. And I put my tire back on, tighten the shit on, put it down, tighten it all 4 lug nuts, because I don't have 5, I got 4 now. Tight as I can get, and I fucking looking at it. It just, I don't know. I tested it out, because I was like, fuck, I'm gonna test this out before I work on these other 3. So I tested it, and the brakes seemed to work. I started pulling on a driveway. I was like, go down the road. And as I'm going down the road, this next road, which is like 10 feet away, my wheel was like, I'm like, what the fuck? So then I pulled in and then pulled back out and got back to the crib. Yeah. And I looked, and I went in to touch my lug nuts, and they were loose. Like I could fucking loosen. I'm like, what the fuck? So I jacked my tire up again, crushing the fucking frame. Getting as fast as I could, so I could like level it more to get them. That way, it's not when I tighten them. Right. Yeah. So then I did it, and I tightened them up, and I tested it out again, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I hear this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I went to work the next day, and work sucked, so I didn't ask anybody. There's a guy I worked with. There's a guy I work with that knows about cars.
Yeah.
But that day, work just sucked, and I'm like, fuck everything! And then I went home, and I was like, bah, 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 and you could smell this burning smell
Yeah.
coming from there, and I saw like smoke coming from my rim and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, right? So then I go back the next day at work, and I'm like, yo, and I asked the dude to work with, I'm like, yo, man, how, and I told him the situation, and he's like, well, that's not good, popping your lug nut off like that, and like with the stem, that's not good. I'm like, I know it's not good, but is it drivable? And does it, because then at this point, it started making a shake at like 55, and there would be a slight shake, not like crazy, but it was there.
Yeah.
And he's like, it could be your fucking rotors, and he gave me this bunch of variables. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, what's making it sound like? Wah, 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 wah. And he's like, well, it could be your caliber. I'm like, well, it just spins. I put the fucking, and I explained to him like the bolts to tighten it up to it. It just spins. He's like, well, a lot of times they have a thing that I can't remember what he called it, some push thing. He goes, you just take a pair of pliers, grab that, and then tighten it up, and do that and tighten it up. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll test it out when I get home. Well, I went home, and I was like, fuck this. I hate everything. I'm getting drunk. And I got drunk. I'm like, I'm going to do this the next day. So then I wake up the next morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. I go out here at 5 o'clock in the morning, crack of dawn, before anybody else is up, I start fucking with my car. And then he was right. I had to tighten it up. But my one caliber still won't tighten. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? So that was like another hour and a half. So I got back in at 6:30. My hands all covered up. I'm sweating because I get my car up. Couldn't get this tight. Because when you took it off, it was a bitch trying to line it up. And then I got it. And then fucking went inside. My wife's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. Fuck my car. You know what I mean? Because I'm so irritated at this point. So then I go, and all week long, I smell the smelling. And I hear that. Blah, 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 blah. There's no flames yet. But on all my brakes, to buy the brake pads, I spent like $150. And I want to do it myself. It'd be like $400 going to somewhere else, right? So I'm going to do this myself. Fuck this. And so then the next weekend comes, because I ended up chalking it up to the brake pads are just new, and the rotors I didn't get new, so I'm chalking it up to that. Because the only thing doing is you hear the wah, 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 and you could smell the smoke, but it started to go away. Yeah. And then the wheel didn't shake; it just shaked a little bit at 55, and you hit 60, you're good. You hit 50, you're fine. It doesn't do anything. I'm like, fuck it. So the week went by. The weekend came. I'm like, fuck it. I got all these brakes. Let me fucking do this. I know how to do these. It's simple as fuck. Now I got the tip from the guy at work to flip it, and I'm good. So then I'm like, okay. I jacked one side up, got the tire off. Fucking everything was perfect because I ended up going by some PB Blaster instead of WD-40 because PB Blaster is high stronger and it fucking loosens that shit up fast. Right, so I blasted all my wheels because I was like, I got 3 to do. I don't want no pain in the ass problem. And went and let them sit for like 5 minutes. Come back, did the one, jacked it up. My fucking shit was crushing a little bit. There's some rust going on, but I was able to get my tire off fine. I got the brakes went on perfect. Everything lined up perfect. It was tight. Everything was tight in there. Nice. Because what he was saying, what could have been causing that noise is if it's not tight, it could be bouncing and hitting your rim. Yeah. But everything was tight. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I put the tire back on. Oh yeah, let's get this back one. So I do that one, the back one on the passenger side. Fucking same situation. It came off, and at one point I popped it off, and I was like, the bottom one wouldn't come off. I'm like, you know what? I wonder if I can just slide it back over. And I was able to do that. Nice. And I fucking tightened, and it was tight. I'm like, this is awesome! So then I get to my third wheel, the final wheel. Driver's side. It was a bitch trying to get all the lug nuts. Even with the PB Blaster, I'm sitting there going, shh. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was taking me a minute to get them cracked and fucking get it moving to where I could jack it up and then take them the rest of the way off. Did that to 4 of them. The 5th one wasn't going. I was bending my fucking tire iron because it wouldn't go. I'm like, what the fuck? I need this to crack to get this last fucking brake so I can drive safely, right? Wouldn't crack. Hit it, blaster again. Wouldn't crack, blaster again. wouldn't do shit. It's fine. I'm like, I got to get this. I'm like, fuck. Because I became at that point again mad. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I get this fucking other side perfectly done. And the same fucking side, right? So I'm getting like that in my head, like in New York or like Italian, like, fuck that. You know? So then I was like, I talked myself into it. I'm like, fuck it, let's do this. So I'm going. And all of a sudden, pop! I pop it, but my fucking thing comes off, and the fucking lug nut goes over there. I'm like, oh no. I look down. Guess what? It took the fucking stem off of that one, too. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I have 2 tires now with 4 lug nuts on instead of 5, with no stem to fucking rotate, right? I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So then I'm like, after my fucking, I don't know, 15, 20 minute fucking breakdown, I'll fuck this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as you do. Yeah.
As I do. Because it's like, fuck! You're hitting fucking car like, God damn you!
Is it the Lord's Day again?
Yeah, it was. And I said, it was though. It was though, because
it was a week.
Yeah, it was a week night. And I needed it done. And I was like, fuck it. I had time to kill. And I'm like, fuck the Lord! You know? So then I tried to jack it up. And I was crushing it. And it was the frame. It wouldn't jack. It wouldn't jack. It would jack my frame up, but not my tire. It would not. I went to fucking like, because I ended up jacking it up, putting a fucking a jack holder. What do you call those?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know what you're
a
talking
jack
about.
stand.
Yeah,
a jack stand up, and then letting it down, and then going to another spot, jacking it up so I could try to get the tire off.
Yeah.
And use another jack stand, and then another spot to do it. And that way I have 3 spots raising it up.
Yeah.
And I can get the fucking tire off. I could never do that because every time I did it, it'd start crushing it. And when I get so far, my jack would stop working because it was at its limit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I couldn't.
Fucking baghead's gonna fall off. It's outside.
Probably. So I couldn't finish all 4 brakes. I got 3 new brake pads on, and guess what? It sounds shitty as fuck right now. And it runs like shit. So, but it still does, and it still does a shake, but it does it at 55, and it's fine at 60, and it's good at 50. But it does it a little worse now. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Is your fucking frame falling apart?
Could be.
Jesus Christ.
So what I'm banking on is the thing completely, because it's tried to kill me more than once already. It has, you know. So I don't know.
That's fucked up, man. So your frame's just crumbling as you jack it up.
And I had to spend
good.
all that money on brakes to not get all of them. And now what makes me even worried is I hope to God I don't get a flat tire on that side.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because I can't get the tire off. Fucked.
Yeah, you are fucked.
Fucked.
Just, that's fine. Now you're going to take it in? You're going to take it in now to have somebody real work on it?
No, because what I'm banking on it to really fuck up.
Just die?
And just die. And then I can have a reason to get a new car. Because right now, it's still driving.
Yeah.
I'm saving money up so I can get a new car.
Yeah.
And
you just wanted to help you out just a little bit.
Just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
A little bit longer. And the thing is, like, I try to treat the car good. Because I when I was changing my brakes, I gave it an oil change. So I give it an oil change every time it needs it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I try to treat it good. I
like
change the tires when I need to. I do everything when I need to. I try to change the goddamn brakes. It didn't work. So
that's fucked up.
So to me, the car wants me dead and doesn't like me. And if that's the case, fuck that car.
Do you smell?
Because I don't like it either.
You smell anything? Any flames?
No, I don't smell anything.
Okay.
I mean, you still hear the
Yeah.
and it's kind of worse now. And then, and you hear the back. You can hear the. So I'm thinking it's the back brake that isn't changed. Because they're all bad. They were all bad. Now 3 of them are good. One of them's not. I think the caliber's fucked on another one. And I think the frame is falling apart. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. It's a wrap.
I think the frame alone is the most worrisome part. Other than maybe the...
Well, that's not the worrisome part. Because the worrisome part is the car drives. Like, it legit, sways.
Yeah,
and it sounds
after
just...
you took it to Walmart last time.
And
it started that sway.
But it feels just like it's just the body swaying. While
the wheels are going
straight. It's a death trap.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, it is. Because you don't have a sway bar. I don't have a sway bar,
Oh.
and that's what caused it. And then what
Okay.
also happens, like when I hit a fucking a hole or something, I hit it, and then I'm like, whoa, boom, and then it's like swaying back and forth. It's not like swaying like this. It's swaying like those fair rides, the big fucking like the guillotine rides.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Like it's like, it's a death trap. Fuck that
I
car.
hope it's not that intense.
It is. And when it's raining and snowing, dude, you watch your life flash before your eyes. A good 4 or 5 times. And it's like, what the fuck, car? It's like, and you step in the car, and one, I can't take, here's another thing, I can't take my key out. I
Is
mean,
it
I
permanently
can.
in there?
No, it's not permanent. I can, but it may not go back in. The last time I took it out was when I went and watched Venom, because at the movie theater where I watched movies, the crime is spiked. So I'm like, well, I guess my car could be the one to get jacked today.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I took the chance of not starting, and then me getting robbed and a car getting jacked, and then I took it. But it worked. But there's times where you take it out and you try to put it back in, and you can't put it back in. You can't do
Wonder
that.
why that would be.
The ignition. The
Okay.
ignition. That's what that is. The ignition switch there.
Okay.
I'm not going to change that. I don't know how to, and I'm not going to pay someone to do it. You know why? Because I paid $1,800 fucking dollars for this thing. I've already had to I've had to replace a fuel pump. Had to replace. I don't like tires
You
at the
put
ass.
more into
I put
it than you paid
more
for.
into it than needs to be because of some other shit. There's a few things that went wrong with it, and I've had to put a lot of money. Oh yeah, I had $1,000 in struts because they blew out on me. It's $1,000 return. You know, I could have originally bought a fucking $4,000 car and been where I'm at now, but had more fun than the piece of shit I got now. I mean, right now it still works.
Yeah.
I can call it a piece of shit all day as long as it gets me where I need to get. I'm happy. The day I don't, I mean, it's already got a crack in the windshield.
Yeah.
So I think cops feel bad for me. Because normally people, you know, but I think they see my car going like this.
Yeah. He's about to die.
He's about to die. I think the crack in the windshield's the least of his problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are. I don't know.
Car trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's another episode of Why I Hate Cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Reiterate that shit.
Hell
It was
yeah.
good. I'm sorry.
I was just
I cut him off
was
as
just
usual.
I was just cutting the extra.
promo.
You know, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Anchor. Check us out every week. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
Thank you all for subscribing and liking from Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun. So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Instagram. We're posting new shit every week. See ya.